So welcome back everyone. Last video lo koncham internet issue valla last suddenly cut ayindi. So I'm continuing from there. So I was telling that we understood the formula for angle of repose. So the angle of repose means the minimum angle at which this particular block will try to fall. The minimum angle of inclination at which the block will try to fall. And we understood that value, that angle will be greater than tan inverse of mu s. So tan inverse of mu s is the minimum angle anamata. Ippudu angle of friction gurinchi chuste, angle of friction value will be coming as tan pi is equal to f by n, or pi is equal to tan inverse of f by n. So if you want to get maximum angle of friction, that will be coming from maximum value of friction. So mu s into n substitute chestunnam anamata. So you are getting it as mu s. So maximum value of this particular angle of friction is tan inverse of mu s anamata. Okay. So ikkada tan inverse of mu s vastundi, ikkada vastundi anamata. So the maximum angle of friction that is possible is angle of repose anamata. Okay. So the last thing, which if you think it is a little bit confusing, don't worry. So or write down like this: maximum angle of friction is equal to angle of repose. So ఇది ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోకపోయినా పర్లేదు, but just understand about these formulas so you can do the derivation whatever the way it is actually required. So you guys can copy regarding this angle of friction. I believe it is done. Okay, angle of friction. You copy this as well regarding angle of repose. I believe this is also done, and you take this also. So these derivations are very important. Also remember this angle. So theta greater than or equal to tan inverse of mu s anamata. Fine. So I hope there is no confusion at all. And maximum angle of friction is equal to angle of repose. So I hope there is no confusion here. Fine everybody? Okay? Great, fantastic. Okay. Now let us proceed to the next topic. So that is the last topic here, and we have already discussed regarding this in brief in the previous videos and matter. So acceleration of the body sliding down a rough surface. We discussed regarding acceleration of a body or the body which is acting or moving on inclined plane, but we did not take friction. But here let us take friction here. Okay, na? So moreover, we will definitely derive the formula for acceleration, but అది ఎలా డిరైవ్ చేస్తున్నాము అనేది చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో లెట్స్ లుక్ ఇంటూ దిస్. ఐల్ మేక్ యు గైస్ అండర్స్టాండ్ హియర్. సో ఇఫ్ యు అబ్జర్వ్ ఆన్ ఇంక్లైన్డ్ ప్లేన్, the block will have the forces like this. So there is mg sin theta here, there is this value of n, and there is mg cos theta in this direction, and if it is sliding down, friction force will be acting like this. Okay, so if the body is moving down like this, that means this implies net force is mg sin theta minus f downside. Okay, this implies acceleration comes out to be, you divide this value of net force by the value of mass. This is the value here. Understood? If you are applying any sort of force to move it up, so it is moving up means the only difference would be the friction force will be acting downside anamata. Okay, now clear? And this will be, as it is already moving, it will be mu k into n. Just keep in mind. Okay, clear? So if I take the case where the body is moving up, so you are applying some force F. Okay, but here it is moving down with the force mg sin theta, and there is friction force which is there, which is mu k into n. So this implies F upside minus, this is the acceleration, right? F upside minus mg sin theta, which is downside, minus mu k into n downside, is equal to m into a. So you will get the value of a as f minus mg sin theta minus mu k into n whole by m. This n is again mg costed anamata. I'm not doing that calculation right now. Also don't mug up this formula, batti kotakandi. So you just need to understand what is the direction in which I am taking friction force in both the cases. If that is clear, you will be able to deal with any type of formula. Okay na? And one more thing you have to keep in mind is when the block is already moving, you need to make sure that particular friction force is mu k into n. Mu k value తీసుకొని n తో మల్టిప్లై చేయండి, లేకపోతే తప్పు అయిపోతుంది. ఓకేనా? Because mu k into n is the value of friction when the body is in motion. Clear? Fine. So this completes our explanation regarding topics related to friction. Now let us proceed with the questions, and there are numerous varieties of questions. Okay na? So ఈ యొక్క క్వశ్చన్స్ అంటే ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ నుంచి ఒక క్వశ్చన్ రెండు క్వశ్చన్స్ రావచ్చు, లేదా ఒక క్వశ్చన్ వస్తుందేమో. సో ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్ చూసి భయపడిపోయి స్ట్రెస్ తీసుకోకండి. మొత్తం ఫిజిక్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుందేమో అని భయపడకండి డ్యూ టు ద వెరైటీ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్. జస్ట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ మీద ఏ ఎగ్జామ్ లోనైనా కూడా ఎలాంటి వెరైటీ క్వశ్చన్ అడగచ్చు. ఓకే, దట్స్ ఓన్లీ థింగ్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, క్లియర్? సో వాట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ ఇస్ బేసికలీ we make sure that we are getting knowledge. So if you think you are getting confused with tougher level questions of friction topic, you just simply skip that. That's completely fine. Okay na? If you think that's very very lengthy, just completely skip it. That's completely fine. Okay everybody? Fine. So hope that is completely fine. Let's proceed with the question here. So అర్థం చేసుకోండి, క్వశ్చన్ బాగా చదవండి, అర్థం చేసుకోండి, then try to give the answer. Don't try to jump or don't try to be in a hurry. Okay, so it is given the question that a 1 kg block is resting on a surface with coefficient of friction of mu is equal to 0.1. They gave coefficient of friction as 0.1. A force of 0.8 Newton is applied to the block as shown in the figure. The friction force is how much? So ఇప్పుడు let's draw the free body diagram of this block. You guys can copy the question, please try the question. You can pause the video, please try it. Then later you can ask me the explanation here. Okay? So if you see the free body diagram for this, it is given here. The block is like this. We have this 1 kg. Okay? And it is experiencing a force of 0.8 Newton. Okay? And that is 1 kg mass, 0.8 Newton. Okay, and the friction mu value is equal to 0.1. Mu value is equal to 0.1. So see here, if it is going like this, it will experience a friction force in the backward direction. కానీ ఈ ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ అనేది అసలు ఈ యొక్క బ్లాక్ అనేది రెస్ట్ లో ఉందా మూమెంట్ లో ఉందో చూద్దాం. ఓకేనా? క్లియర్? బేస్డ్ అపాన్ దిస్ పర్టిక్యులర్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్, ఈ గ్రాఫ్ చూసాం కదా, అప్లైడ్ ఫోర్స్ P, ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ F, you know that it goes on varying like this and it will fall like this. Okay na? And this value is mu into n. Ikkada mu s mu k separate ఇవ్వలేదు, so I'm taking it as mu into n. Okay na? Clear? ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య డిఫరెన్స్ ఆ దగ్గరలో ఉందని చెప్పేసి అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? mu into n value of p వరకు, ఓకేనా, mu into n value of p వరకు the block will not be moving అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? Till P is mu into n. The block will be at rest. So in this case if you see, okay, so this is basically downside mg, and this there will be normal contact force n. So you can have n is equal to mg anamata. Okay na? So if you want to get mu into n, this is nothing but 0.1 into n, which is m, which is 1, into g, which is given in the question as g value ichara question lo ivalledu. So I'll use 9.81 only. So it is coming out to 0.981. So 0.981 అనేది ఇక్కడ ఉంది. And applies the force at the 0.8. 0.8 apply చేశారు అని అంటే it is lesser than this. అంటే the body is still rest. Okay na? So 0.8, the applied force is 0.8. 0.8 ఉంది కాబట్టి ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ కూడా 0.8 వస్తుంది. ఇలా చూపించాను, ఇలా అన్నమాట. సో అప్లైడ్ ఫోర్స్ 0.8 కాబట్టి 0.981. This is 0.981. 0.981 కంటే తక్కువ కాబట్టి it will be at rest అన్నమాట. The body will be at rest. So as till the body is at rest, friction force will be same as that of applied force. So the value of friction force is 0.8. It is not 0.981. అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటున్నా మీకు. సో ఇదంతా ఎందుకంటే based on explanation I gave you how the friction force is varying అన్నమాట. So rest లో ఉంది కాబట్టి the answer is 0.8. The answer is option number B. I believe it is completely clear to everyone. The answer is 0.8 or option number B. Okay, everybody? Clear? Fantastic. Let us proceed to the next question. You guys can copy the solution here. This is all over. Yeah. So you can see అర్థమైంది కదా. We found out the limiting value of friction, that is 0.981. అంటే applied force 0.981 అయ్యే వరకు it will not move. ఓకేనా? సో applied force ఎంత ఉంది? 0.8 ఉంది. 0.8 అంటే 0.981 కంటే తక్కువ. 0.981 అనేది ఇక్కడ ఉంది. 0.981 కంటే తక్కువ అంటే 0.8. సో applied force 0.8 అయితే రెస్ట్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి friction force also 0.8. Hence the answer is option 0.8 అన్నమాట. Clear? Fine. Now please copy this also. Okay, I already explained it. Let's proceed with the next question. I think it's a theoretical question. This is the one. Okay. Please copy this. So it's a theoretical question. You can pause the video, try it, then you can see the explanation there. So mark the correct statement about the friction force F when the body slides across a surface with coefficient of friction mu. First option is they are telling that the magnitude of F is less than mu n. Mu is coefficient of friction, n is the value of normal contact force. Magnitude of F is less than mu n. Mark the statement, correct statement about friction force. They are telling F is less than mu n. Friction force అనేది equal to mu n కూడా అవుతుంది. So the statement is not completely right. Second one, F is independent of area of contact. Friction force is of course independent of area of contact. So option number 2 is 100% right. Clear? Option 3, F depends on area of contact. Completely wrong. Option 4, F is directly proportional to instantaneous velocity of the body. ఇప్పుడు దాకా friction concept చదువుతున్నంత సేపు I did not use the word velocity or instantaneous velocity అన్నమాట. So option 4 is completely wrong. So the only correct answer we have is 100% correct answer we have is option number 2. Option number 1 is also partially right. Okay, till the friction is at a limiting value, till then F is less than mu n only. Okay, now but once it has reached mu n, once it has reached the value of limiting value, it will become F is equal to mu n. Understood? So it is not 100% right. That's why the answer for this question is option number 2. I believe it is completely clear to everyone. So let's proceed to the next question. This is the one. Again, copy the question, pause the video, try it. You all should be able to get the answer. Okay? I believe you guys have done that. It's given that the coefficient of friction between the floor and the wooden cube of side length 0.5 meter is 0.2. Okay, na? The coefficient of friction of the wooden cube of side length 1 meter is. This question comes from the concept that based upon the area, coefficient of friction don't changes. Okay, na? Coefficient of friction does not depend or does not change with the area or the length or anything. So it's a constant between two materials which are in touch there. Okay, understood? So it is already given as 0.2. So it will remain 0.2 even the dimensions are changed or not. Okay, na? Clear? మీకు ఇంకా ఈజీగా అర్థం అవడం చెప్తా వినండి కోఎఫిషియంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ గురించి. ఇప్పుడు రబ్బర్ టైర్ ఉంది, రబ్బర్ టైర్ బైక్ కి. ఓకేనా? ఆ బైక్ వేసుకొని మీరు మంచిగా సింథటిక్ రబ్బర్ టైర్ ఉన్న బైక్ వేసుకొని మీరు మంచిగా తార్ రోడ్ మీద వెళ్తా ఉన్నారు హైవే మీద. ఓకేనా? ఆ టైర్ కి పర్టికులర్ రోడ్ కి మధ్యలో కోఎఫిషియంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ వాల్యూ ఒకటి ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఇప్పుడు బస్సు వచ్చింది, బస్ కి పెద్ద టైర్ ఉంది. ఓకేనా? బస్ కి పెద్ద టైర్ ఉంది బేసిక్ గా. ఓకేనా? బస్ కి పెద్ద టైర్ ఉంది కానీ సేమ్ కాంటాక్ట్, పెద్ద టైర్ ఉంది, పెద్ద ఏరియా ఉంది. ఓకే, బట్ the same tire material is coming in contact with the tar road. So same materials are coming in contact anamata, same situation, everything is same anamata. So the coefficient of friction will remain same. Okay na? Eppudaithe meeru బైక్ వేసుకొని తార్ రోడ్ దిగి సిమెంట్ రోడ్ మీదకి వెళ్తారో, ఓకేనా, లేకపోతే సిమెంట్ రోడ్ మీద కొంచెం ఇసుక ఏమైనా ఉందనుకోండి, దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లిటిల్ బిట్ డిఫికల్ట్, సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఇట్ కెన్ స్లిప్ ఆల్సో. ఎందుకంటే ద సింథటిక్ రబ్బర్ ఆఫ్ ద టైర్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్లీ కమింగ్ ఇన్ కాంటాక్ట్ విత్ సమ్ అదర్ మెటీరియల్ అదర్ దాన్ థార్. ఓకేనా, ఆ డాంబర్ తో కాకుండా వేరే మెటీరియల్ తో టచ్ లోకి వస్తుంది. సో వేరే మెటీరియల్ అయింది కాబట్టి కోఎఫిషియంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ మారుతుంది. అందుకని యూ విల్ నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు drive that much smoothly on a cement road, however best it is built. Okay na? So as far as the materials are same, coefficient of friction will remain same. Coefficient of friction will not change anamata basically based upon the dimension also. So tire chinnadaina peddadaina kuda the coefficient of friction remains same. Hence the answer for this question is option number 1, because it's already given as 0.2, it will remain same. Clear? Fantastic. I hope there is no confusion. Let us proceed to the next question now. Okay, so this is the ESET question. So you guys can have a look at this. Read the question. Please copy. Please pause the video and please try it. It is given that a boy pulls a body of mass 50 kg resting on a floor, resting on a flat horizontal surface. So it is resting. The boy is pulling anamata. Calculate the friction force if the coefficient of friction is 0.2. Again, మన ఫస్ట్ సాల్వ్ చేసిన క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది కదా, ఈ క్వశ్చన్ లో ఉన్న నాలెడ్జ్ ఏదైతే మీరు గెయిన్ చేశారో అదే సేమ్ ఇక్కడ అప్లై చేయండి. ఇది ఉత్తిగా తీసుకోలేదు, గేట్ క్వశ్చన్ అయినా కూడా ఇలాంటిది ఈ సెట్ లో కూడా అడుగుతున్నారు కాబట్టి ఐఎమ్ కమింగ్ విత్ ఆస్కింగ్ సచ్ గేట్ క్వశ్చన్ అన్నమాట. సో జస్ట్ టేక్ 1 minute, ప్లీజ్ పాజ్ ద వీడియో అండ్ ప్లీజ్ గెట్ ది ఆన్సర్. కమ్ ఆన్ ఎవ్రీవన్, యు ఆల్ షుడ్ బి ఏబుల్ టు గెట్ ద కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. Okay, I hope you guys have given a try. Let me give you the solution here. In the అప్పుడు క్వశ్చన్ ఎట్లయితే సాల్వ్ చేసినామో సేమ్ వేలో మనం ఇది కూడా సాల్వ్ చేస్తాం. It is given the question that a boy pulls a body of mass 50 kg. The block is like this. The block is like this and there is a mass of 50 kg. Okay na? The block is like this. The body pulls a body of mass 50 kg. Boy pulls a body of mass 50 kg resting on a flat horizontal surface. Calculate the friction force if the coefficient of friction mu is equal to given as 0.2. Okay na? So we know that here a boy pulls a body of mass 50 kg resting on a flat horizontal surface. Calculate the friction force if the coefficient of friction is 0.2. The boy pulls a body of mass 50 kg resting on a flat horizontal surface. He is not applying any force at all. Why it is given like this then? A boy pulls a body of mass 50 kg resting on a flat horizontal surface. Calculate the friction force if the coefficient of friction is 0.2. We need to understand that. Okay. So anyways, limiting value of friction. చూద్దాం ఒకసారి. Limiting friction is mu into n, which is mu into m into g. Mu is 0.2, m is 50 and g is equal, you can take it as 10 or answers we will have. Let me take it as 9.81. So this will become 0.2 into 5, 10 into 9.81. Okay, this comes out to be 98.1 Newton. Ideally speaking, this question is not correct anamata. Okay, 98.1. Is the limiting friction eppudu vastadi? When the body starts moving. Here actually a question law, first of all, they did not say how much of the force is being applied by the body, applied by the person. Okay, ఆ క్వశ్చన్ లాగా ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేసి ఇవ్వలేదు కాబట్టి, ఓకే, సో అప్లై చేయలేదు అనుకుంటే the body is at rest, so obviously you should take the friction force to be 0 అన్నమాట. So if you see here, there is no zero answer. There is no zero answer. So we need to assume, because ఎలా ఆన్సర్ చేయాలి క్వశ్చన్, సో వి నీడ్ టు అస్యూమ్ దట్ దిస్ బాడీ ఈజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఆల్రెడీ మూవింగ్. సో ఇప్పుడు అప్లైడ్ ఫోర్స్ లేదు కాబట్టి మనం అసెస్ చేయలేము, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్రెడీ మూవింగ్ అనమాట. మ్యూ వాల్యూ ఒకటే ఇచ్చారు, మ్యూఎస్ మ్యూకే రెండు డిఫరెంట్ అనుకోలేదు. సో ఫ్రిక్షన్ విల్ బి మ్యూకే ఇంటూ ఎన్, మ్యూకే ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు మ్యూ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ 0.1 తీసుకుంటే ద ఫోర్స్ విత్ విచ్ friction is acting here is equal to mu mg and that comes out to be 98.1. That comes out to be simply 98.1 itself. Understood? That's the thing here. I believe it is completely clear to everyone. That's how you can get the answer as option number A. But ilanti mistaken questions ivaru. So ideally they should be giving an applied force and then asking you to assess if the friction force is there or not. అంటే ఆ గేట్ క్వశ్చన్ సాల్వ్ చేసాం కదా, ఆ క్వశ్చన్ లాగా అడగాలి అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో యు డన్ విత్ దిస్. ఇఫ్ యు గైస్ వాంట్ టు కాపీ, you guys can copy this. Come on everyone, please copy this, everybody. Great, fine, okay, fantastic. So let us proceed to the next question. This question is interesting. It is based on even kinematics. Okay na? So previous kinematics lo evaithe nerchukunnamo adi kuda apply cheyalanamata along with friction. So it's a multi concept question. It is given that the minimum stopping distance for a car of mass m moving with a speed v along a level road. The minimum stopping distance for a car of mass m moving with a speed v along a level road, if the coefficient of friction between the tires and the road is mu, will be, coefficient of friction between the tires and the road mu will be, we need to get the value of mu here. Question meeku confusion anukuntunna, so I am reading once again for you guys to see it clearly. The minimum stopping distance for a car of mass m moving with a speed v along a level road, if the coefficient of friction between the tires and the road is mu, what will be this value? Okay na? So it's a stopping distance, that means final velocity of the car is 0. So let us take the values here. Let us take the values here. So the minimum stopping distance for a car of mass m, minimum stopping distance of a car of mass m, stopping distance means final velocity is equal to 0, mass value is equal to given as m. Okay, and what they are telling here, moving with the speed v, initial velocity is equal to given as speed v. Okay, or I'll put this as final, this as initial. Initial velocity is equal to given as v there along the level road, if the coefficient of friction between the tires and the road is mu. Okay na? So coefficient of friction is mu anamata. The coefficient of friction is equal to mu anamata. Okay na? So based on that we need to get this value. So if this particular car is moving, okay, it's already moving and trying to come to rest. So friction force, as car is still moving, the car is still moving and trying to come to rest, and trying to come to rest. The car is still moving and trying to come to rest. Okay na? The car is still moving and trying to come to rest. Okay na? So friction force is equal to mu n, which is mu into m into g. Okay na? Clear? It's a value here, but it's anyways breaking kada. So it is, the body is already moving in this direction. Friction force will be in opposite direction here. Mu m g will be in the opposite direction here. So let me take with the signs here. So you have u initial is equal to, they give it as v, final velocity is equal to 0, a is equal to friction which is acting in the negative direction by mass. So minus mu mg by m, which is minus mu g. That's the value of acceleration here. Okay, and they gave us the distance. Is it? Yeah, stopping, the minimum stopping distance. Okay, they are asking for stopping distance, not for mu. They gave it the value of mu already. Okay, the minimum stopping distance. So we need to get the value of s. The minimum stopping distance for the car of mass m moving with velocity v, level road, coefficient of friction with the tires is mu. Okay, this is the thing here. So using my equation, v square minus u square is equal to 2as, which means final velocity square minus initial velocity square is equal to 2as. This means 0 square minus v square, because initial velocity is v, is equal to 2. A is minus mu g into s, and we have this negative sign. So we get the value of this s is equal to v square by 2 mu g. So we are getting the value of this s as v square by 2 mu g. V square by 2 mu g is option number 1. Okay na? V square by 2 mu g is option number 1. Okay na? That's the thing here. So that's how we can get the answer as option number 1. I believe it is completely clear, and I hope there is no confusion at all. Clear? Okay, clear, understood? Okay, fine. So you guys can copy the solution. It's very straightforward. కానీ కైనమాటిక్స్ బాగా అర్థమై ఉంటేనే కాన్ఫిడెంట్ అయితే సాల్వ్ చేయగలుగుతారు. ఓకేనా? కైనమాటిక్స్ క్వశ్చన్ జస్ట్ యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ యాక్సిలరేషన్ యూజింగ్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్, అంతే అన్నమాట. సో ఐ బిలీవ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ క్లియర్ అండ్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్. I'm hoping that you are understanding everything. Fine. ఇది కూడా కాపీ చేసుకోండి. We are getting the distance as v square by 2 mu g. V square by 2 mu g. Hope it's fine. Understood? Clear? Okay. Understood? So we have this. Let's proceed with the next question. Let's proceed with this next question again. Okay. So you guys can read the question. I am reading it out. So it is given that a ball rolled on an ice with velocity of 8 meters per second comes to rest after traveling 40 meters. If the value of g is 9.8 meters per second square, the coefficient of friction is how much? So again, it is similar to the previous question which we have discussed already. So you can use the knowledge and you guys can get the answer. I request you all to please try it, everybody. You can pause the video and please try the same thing. Okay, everybody? Understood? So let's look into this. Okay. Ball is rolled on ice. The ball is rolled on ice. Ice మీద కాబట్టి friction least ఉంటుంది. So it's almost like it is moving forward. You can use the thing. When friction is coming and causing acceleration, that is mu g with a negative sign. In that question ప్రకారం అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? And what is they saying here? The ball rolled on ice with a velocity of 8 meters per second. So it is having initial velocity of 8 meters per second. Okay na? And velocity of 8 meters per second comes to rest after traveling 40 meters. So s is equal to 40 meter. Final velocity is equal to 0. So we need to get the value of mu. In that question lo, using s and other values, we got the value of s. Understand? Using the value of mu and other values, we got the value of s. And here we are going to get the value. Using the value of s, we are going to get the value of mu and alpha. Understood? So we are given with all these a, s, u, everything is given. So using v square minus u square is equal to 2as. V square is 0 square. U square is 8 square is equal to a minus mu into g value. Which are the question lo? G value 9.8 అని ఇచ్చారు. We should take it like this. 9.8 into s, which is 40. Okay na? 0 square plus 8 square is equal to 2 into minus mu into 9.8 into 40. So let's get the value of mu. So if I simplify further here, this negative sign is anyways gone. This negative sign is anyways gone here. So we will get the value of mu as, anyways it cannot be negative, so negative sign should go off here. 8 square by 2 into 9.8 into 40. So if you simplify further, 8 8 is 64. So you take 4 10s are 40, 4 10s are 40, 4 1s are 4, 24, 16 4 is 64. Okay, you are getting 16 is cut here. Okay, you gain చేయొచ్చు మనం 2 1s 2 8s. Okay, so we are actually getting the value as 8 by 0.98. Clear? 8 by 0.98. So let me do the calculation by phone only. 8 by 0.98. Ideally they should be telling us to take it as 10, but they gave us to use the value like that only. So 8 by 0.8. 8 by 0.98. 8.163. The 8 by 0.98. No, somewhere some mistake is there. Why it is coming that much big? Oh, 8 by 98. It is not 0.98. 8 by 98. 8 by 98. 8 by 98 will become 8 divided by 98. 0.08. 0.08. The value of mu is coming out to be 0.08 anamata. Understand? So 0.08, you can see it is option number 2. Clear? So మనం కరెక్ట్ గా చేస్తే ఆన్సర్ ఎట్లాగో మ్యాచ్ అవుద్ది. ఆన్సర్ మ్యాచ్ అవుద్దా అని చెప్పేసి టెన్షన్ పడిన అవసరం లేదు. So you guys can copy the solution from this. Come on everyone. 10 more minutes in this video. I hope it is over. Fine, fantastic. Let's proceed to the next question in this. So we have couple of questions. Chala questions ఉన్నాయి. That's okay. So we will go one by one. ఎందుకంటే ఇవన్నీ variety of questions అన్నమాట. So we'll be dealing with them. Okay? Fine. So let's look into this question here. A person holds a book weighing 1 kg between his hands and keeps it from falling by pressing his hands. ఒక బుక్ చేతిలో పట్టుకొని ఇలా పట్టుకున్నాడు. ఓకేనా, గట్టిగా సైడ్ నుంచి ఒత్తడం వల్ల ఆ బుక్ కింద పడట్లేదు అనమాట. ఓకేనా, కాబట్టి ఈ స్కెచ్ పెన్ చూడండి. ఈ స్కెచ్ పెన్ నేను గట్టిగా 2 చేతుల మధ్యలో ప్రెస్ చేస్తా ఉన్నా. ప్రెస్ చేయటం వల్ల పడట్లేదు, లేకపోతే కిందకి ఇలా జారిపోతుంది. ఓకేనా, దట్స్ హౌ ద బుక్ ఈస్ హోల్డ్ హియర్. Weighing 1 kg between his hands and keeps it from falling by pressing his hands together. If the minimum force exerted by each hand horizontally is 49 Newton. So he is applying a force of 49 Newton. Okay na? What will be the coefficient of friction between the book and his hand? So based upon this condition, the minimum force exerted by each hand horizontally is 49. అంటే ఎంత మినిమం ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తే అది పడిపోదు అని అంటే 49 న్యూటన్ అన్నమాట. So based on that we need to get the value of what will be the coefficient of friction between the book and his hands anamata. Okay, so let's draw the free body diagram, because drawing the free body diagram will help us will help us to achieve the correct idea about the forces. So the book is like this. Okay na, you are applying 49 Newton force, you are applying another 49 Newton force. Okay na, and this particular book is of 1 kg, so there is 1 g, it's a weight. Okay na, so due to this contact there will be friction here. ikkada friction undi, ikkada kuda friction undi anamata. Okay na, ikkada friction undi, and this friction will be definite. It's just about to fall as mu into n. Okay, so if you see here, this particular F upside are being balanced by this 1 kg anamata. And they are balancing out this 1 kg. If the pink kind of force unda, let's read the question once again. A person holds a book weighing 1 kg between his hands and keeps it from falling by pressing his hands together. If the minimum force exerted by each hand horizontally is 49 Newton, what will be the coefficient of friction between the block and his hand? We need to get the coefficient of friction between the block and his hands anamata. So here we see 1g is equal to 2f. Okay na, so f value comes out to be 1g by 2, or f is nothing but mu into n. 1g by 2 is equal to mu into n. Okay na, so 1g by 2 or g by 2 is equal to mu into n, and n value is nothing but what here, this one. N is nothing but this itself is n, because that is the force with which the book is in contact here, 49. So g by 2 is equal to mu into 49. So if 49 undi kabatti g anyways it will become very easy. 9.81 by 2 is equal to mu into 49. So if you do it, 49 4.9 tens, 4.9 twice. Okay na, so this 2 will go off here, and we are actually getting the value of mu as 1 by 10, which is 0.1. The value of coefficient of friction mu is equal to 0.1. See here, it is matching. Yes, it's matching here, 0.1. Clear? That's how we need to solve this question here. So I believe you guys have copied the question anyways. Now please copy the solution here, everybody. Come on everyone, please copy the solution. Come on. believe you guys did. You did. So you guys can copy this as well again. Come on everyone. Hope there is no confusion at all. Okay. Let us proceed with the next question. So you can see from question to question there is learning, or question to question there is a sort of similarity. అంటే ఒక క్వశ్చన్లో నేర్చుకున్నది ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ అప్లై చేయడం అలా ఉందన్నమాట. కానీ చాలా వెరైటీ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. సో యూ షుడ్ బి వెరీ కేర్ఫుల్ అండ్ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ నెగ్లెక్ట్ దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్నమాట. క్లియర్? అండ్ ఇలాంటి క్లిష్టమైన థింగ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్లో కాకపోయినా ఇంకా వేరే చాప్టర్లో సబ్జెక్ట్లో కూడా రావచ్చు. ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ టేకింగ్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ దోస్ you will be scoring more than other people who are in the competition. Clear? So fantastic everyone. Okay, let us proceed with the next question. You guys can have a reading of this. So it is given in this question that a cubical block rests on inclined plane of coefficient of friction mu, which is 0.1/√3. Mu is equal to 1/√3. What should be the angle of inclination so that the block just slides down the inclined plane? A cubical block rests on an inclined plane of coefficient of friction mu, which is equal to 1/√3 anamata. What should be the angle of inclination so that the block just slides down the inclined plane? Okay, so the block is sliding down just the inclined plane. What should be the angle of inclination so that the block just slides down the inclined plane? So this you can easily do a derivation also, or simply you can say angle of repose. Okay na? So our best method is as the block is just sliding, this angle is angle of repose. We know angle of repose value as tan inverse of mu s kada. So tan inverse mu s ichara question lo, yes, 1/√3. You know tan theta becomes 1/√3 when pi value is equal to 1/√3 means 30 degrees. So at angle is equal to 30 degrees, at angle is equal to 30 degrees we have this particular sliding. Okay, so that's why you can say angle of inclination is equal to 30 degrees. మొత్తం డెరివేషన్ చేయని అవసరం లేదు. Just by applying the angle of repose thing you can easily get the answer. So 30 degrees కాబట్టి the answer is option number 1. So I believe it is completely clear and I hope no one is having any sort of confusion here. I believe everyone tried this. So please copy the solution everybody. Come on. Everyone please copy the solution. I hope it is fine, completely okay. Okay, fine. So you can see just based on the concept they are asking questions. So if concept clarity unte you can deal with any type of question. Ala anamata. Okay na? Again, maybe another similar question. Have a look. So you guys can, yeah, I think the zooming is fine. You can read the question and apply the concept. The force required to move a body up an inclined plane is double the force required to just prevent the body sliding down it. Okay na? So if the coefficient of friction is 1/√3, then the angle of the plane is, okay. So the force required just to move up a body up an incline. Okay, inclination fix ayyundi already. Angle మనం కనుక్కోవాలన్నమాట. So the force required to move a body up an inclined plane, that force is double than just to prevent from body sliding down. So ఈ ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ మనం ఎంత బాగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటే అంత బాగా మనం ఈజీగా సాల్వ్ చేయగలుగుతాం అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? ఎందుకంటే ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ లో ఇచ్చిన రెండు కండిషన్స్ ప్రకారం you will see that like the direction of the friction force is changing anamata. So we need to just understand that, apply based upon that one. Okay, so if you see this here, let me draw the diagram. చూడండి, ఇన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ సాల్వ్ చేసాం. చాలా ఫార్ములా బేస్డ్ వచ్చాయి, స్ట్రైట్ ఫార్వర్డ్ వచ్చాయి. ఒక క్వశ్చన్లో డిరైవ్ చేసిన ఫార్ములాని మనం వేరే క్వశ్చన్లో వాడాము. ఓకే, కానీ చూడండి ఇన్ని నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత కూడా ఈ క్వశ్చన్లో ఉన్న కాన్సెప్ట్ మనకి క్లారిటీ లేకపోతే, ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ క్లారిటీ మనకి లేకపోతే ఈ క్వశ్చన్ సాల్వ్ చేయలేము అనమాట. సో దట్స్ వై అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. లెట్ మీ షో యూ హౌ హియర్. మీరు పాజ్ చేసి ట్రై చేయొచ్చు, యూ మైట్ ఎండ్ అప్ గెటింగ్ ఆన్సర్ ఆల్సో. ఓకే, ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ద స్లోయెస్ట్ పర్సన్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ రీడ్ ద క్వశ్చన్, two cases here. This particular block is trying to fall down and we are actually pushing it up. So the applied force F is pushing it up anamata. You take it as up. It is going up kada, already it is pushing up kabatti friction force will be acting back side or downside. So friction force will be acting downside, mu into n. Okay na? So pushing up. This is pushing up. This is pushing down. Pushing down కాదు, జస్ట్ కింద పడుతుంది ఆపడం అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? స్టాపింగ్. ఓ సారీ, ఇట్ ఈస్ పుషింగ్ అప్ కదా, ఆల్రెడీ పైకి వెళ్తా ఉంది కదా, ఇక్కడ డైరెక్షన్ తప్పు అయిపోయింది. చూడండి, ఇది ఆల్రెడీ మనం పైకి పంపిస్తా ఉన్నాం, పైకి ఆల్రెడీ వెళ్తున్నాం కాబట్టి ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ విల్ బి బ్యాక్ సైడ్ యాక్చువల్లీ, మ్యూ ఇంటూ ఎన్. ఈ కేసులో ఓకేనా, స్టాపింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ స్లైడింగ్ డౌన్. అంటే ఏంటి, ఈ బ్లాక్ అనేది ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు స్లైడ్ డౌన్, స్లైడ్ డౌన్, స్లైడ్ డౌన్. ఓకేనా, అది కిందకు పడుతుంది కాబట్టి దాని ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ విల్ బి దిస్ సైడ్, మ్యూ ఇంటూ ఎన్. ఓకే, and let's assume the force applied is equal to F2 here. Okay, it is going up, you are pushing, it is pushing up, so it will be this side. Ikkada it's already having tendency to fall down, kindagara pade situation lo undi. So the friction, the particular friction force will be upside anamata. That is the difference which we need to identify here. And you see this particular body F1 F2s are there and F1 F2 ratio is equal to 2 anamata. And one more thing here, there is mg sin theta. Mg sin theta always acts this side. Okay na, mg sin theta always acts this side. So let's get the values of this F1s here. So here F1 upside, okay, ila veltundi, minus mg sin theta, and again opposite, minus mu n is equal to 0. So we are getting F1 as mg sin theta plus mu n, or mg sin theta plus mu n is mg cos theta. So you got the formula for F1. Okay na, and you take this F2 upside. Okay na, mg sin theta downside, mu n upside is equal to 0. So we are getting F2, I am simplifying n as mg cos theta as well. We are getting it as mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta. That is how we are getting the values of F1, F2 like this. Now in this question, what they are saying? What they are saying in this question? The value, the force required just to move a body up on inclined plane is double the force required to just to prevent the body sliding down. Then move, పైకి మూవ్ చేసే ఫోర్స్ వేరు F1, ఆ కిందకు పడుతుంటే ఆపేది F2. F1 F2 రేషియో is equal to 2 అన్నమాట, ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ డబుల్ కాబట్టి. So coefficient of friction is 1/√3. So let's apply that. Mu is equal to 1/√3. So F1 by F2 తీసుకుంటే we have F1 by F2 which is 2 is equal to the value F1 mg sin theta plus mu mg cos theta. Okay na, mg sin theta plus mu mg cos theta, and this one is mg sin theta minus mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta, mu mg cos theta. Based on this, let's get the value of what we need to get here. Coefficient of friction is given as 1/√3. We need to get theta anamata. Theta is equal to how much? Mu is equal to 1/√3. So 2 is equal to, let's remove this mg, 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 mg. Sin theta plus mu cos theta. Okay, and this one is sin theta minus mu cos theta. We need to get the value of theta, so let's apply trigonometry. I'm dividing by cos theta in the numerator and denominator. So I am getting tan theta plus mu by tan theta minus mu. Let me substitute the value of mu here. So 2 is equal to, let me do calculation here. Tan theta plus 1 by root 3 by tan theta minus 1 by root 3. So tan theta నేను ఒక x value రాసుకుంటాను. It will become easy to do calculation. So 2x minus 2 by root 3. 2x minus 2 by root 3 is equal to x plus 1 by root 3. This will become x, 2x minus x is equal to 2 plus 1 by root 3, which will become 3 by root 3, which will become root 3. So tan theta is root 3. This implies the angle of inclination is 60 degrees. This is how we need to solve it. Theta value is equal to 60 degrees. I hope it is completely fine. Okay. So నా చేతిలో లేదు. ఈ సెట్ లో ఈజియెస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ అడగచ్చు, టఫెస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ అడగచ్చు, కానీ మన కాన్సెప్ట్ మాత్రం ఒకే లెవెల్ అప్లై చేస్తాం అండ్ యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ గెట్ ది ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ ఎనీథింగ్. అండ్ హియర్ ఇక్కడ లెందీ ఉంది అని అంటే మ్యాథమెటికల్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ మాత్రమే లెందీ ఉంది. సో దిస్ యూ కెన్ డూ వెరీ ఫాస్ట్లీ యాజ్ వెల్. So you guys can copy this along with the diagram. I hope everyone is clear about this. I hope there is no confusion at all. Okay? Fine everybody? Okay? You can copy this as well. So the answer is 60 degrees. So I'll stop here. In the next video, we'll start with the remaining questions of friction. And ఒకవేళ ఎక్కడన్నా tough గా అనిపించినా just go back and listen to the videos. Or listen to the videos అనే దానికంటే కూడా ఇంకా బెస్ట్ థింగ్ ఏంటి, సింప్లీ టేక్ ది క్వశ్చన్, యు ట్రై ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్. దట్ విల్ గివ్ యూ గుడ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ క్లారిటీ. మీకు ఎన్ని డౌట్స్ వస్తే అన్ని మీరు పేపర్లో రాయండి అక్కడ. సో విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ బెటర్. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. విల్ మీట్ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ వీడియో అండ్ విల్ రెజ్యూమ్ ద రిమైనింగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ కంప్లీట్ ద ఫ్రిక్షన్ టాపిక్. సో ఐడియల్లీ యూ కెన్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ దట్ యూనిట్ 3 is over. Just some extra questions are pending. That's it. Okay. Thank you everyone.